There's a lot of pride in Hodgeman County, and everyone at Hanston State Bank and the Farmers State Bank of Jetmore are proud to underwrite this special episode of Traveling Kansas. Hometown banking that works by your side every day to help you reach your financial goals. We invite you to see what makes Hodgeman County such a great place to visit and live. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. Underwritten in part by the Mariah Fund, setting the wind behind tourism in western Kansas.
This program is brought to you by the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Find out more information about Kansas communities at travelks.com.
Hi, I'm Leanne Siler, Hodgeman County Economic Development Director. We're here in Jetmore today, and we're at WPMI. This is a restored business here in Jetmore. Well, Hodgeman County is a large county. There's about 2,000 people countywide. We have two cities. Jetmore is about 900 people. Hanston's about 300 people, and then the rest live out in the surrounding countryside. We're home to Horsethief Reservoir. We also have, I think, an amazing small town atmosphere and a quaint main street, a lot of historic buildings. We have some amazing businesses, really niche businesses that you won't find elsewhere. One of our newer businesses is Angelic Threads Quilting. She has a large long-arm quilting machine, does custom quilts and things. That's right here on Main Street across from the courthouse. And then we have another business that you may have heard a lot about. He does a lot of things online, but it's Zach Schaefer and Schaefer Fine Furniture. He does this amazing, beautiful woodworking. We have the museum. Hahn Museum is open regular hours, Memorial Day through Labor Day, but then any other time, if you contact us, we'll open it up by special request. They have a group of dedicated volunteers, and they're always doing a lot of neat things in there. A little further down, here's one of the businesses. This is WPMI. One of the things that we really appreciate about this business is that he has redone a historic building, and he lets us use it for all kinds of cool things like this, and events, New Year's Eve parties, things. One of our annual events is the Christmas on Main. It always happens on the first Saturday in December. It's more of the commercial Christmas with Santa Claus and caroling and things like that. The next weekend, the second weekend in December, is the real reason behind the season, and that's when we celebrate with our Journey to Bethlehem. And it's a very large undertaking every year. They completely transform the United Methodist Church. It's a community-wide event, over 80 costumed actors and actresses, and it's just the entire Journey to Bethlehem. In July, we celebrate the 4th of July, generally with a parade. We have events, water events at the local swimming pool and things, and then we have the Big Bang that night. Sometimes it's the weekend before, so always check our website to make sure that you're here on the right day. Another unique event we have, which I think is only us, but in October, every Friday and Saturday night in October, we have Wild West Zombie Paintball. And it's like a haunted hayrack ride. The 16-foot zombie eliminator trailers take you out into the dark of the night through the corn and feed that's planted, with a number of zombies running loose. Anywhere between 15 and 30 zombies in a night. And they're hungry, and they come out and you shoot them with glow-in-the-dark paintballs. Everything's mounted and everything's safety checked, and the glow-in-the-dark paintballs are pretty cool at night, and the zombies scream and yell and things. And when you're finished, you can go back to the main lodge at Horsethief and have some hot chocolate and popcorn. It's all included in the price of your ride, and tell hunting stories and things like that. Another event that was just new in 2018 and we hope to continue is Hodgeman Fest. That is to take place every Memorial Day, and it's kind of a mixture of just a hometown parade and celebration along with all school reunions. We are really lucky in Hodgeman County to have a strong school system, USD 227. A number of years ago, 228 and 227, Hanston and Jetmore combined, and so everybody comes to school here now. We'd invite you to come and visit our schools. You know, the community really strongly supports the schools. If you were here on a game day, you'd see the flags all up and down Main Street, the windows painted, you know. School and our children are very important to us. Our healthcare system is strong. We have a hospital, a clinic, health department, and actually our doctors, it's a little unique for an area this small, but we have a doctor and his wife is also a pediatrician. About 8 years ago, we had a large renovation to our hospital to keep it updated and you know, providing the best of care for the people in this community. We have a strong emergency services in this area as well. You'll see as you drive through Jetmore on our main street, we have a very traditional main street with a courthouse square. We have a large mural just to the north of that. We have the Veterans Memorial that's on the square. Our streets, a lot of times I'll find notes stuffed under my door and things after a weekend. Our street, especially at Christmas time, is really beautiful. The lighting, the sidewalks, everything, those were all updates made about 10 years ago. And they're just perfect for Christmas. It's too bad Waukene has the name of Christmas City. It really is, because we're a close runner-up. Once they get everything decorated up, and the city does an amazing job of wrapping everything with garland. Hodgeman County is an E-community, meaning a Network Kansas entrepreneurism community. We take that very seriously. We really believe in entrepreneurism in rural America, and especially rural Kansas, and what it can do for our communities. We currently have about $250,000 a year set aside for programming and small business loans for entrepreneurs in this area. And the programming is excellent. At any time, if you'd like more information about economic development or tourism or just life in general in Hodgeman County, you can visit our website. That website is www.hodgemancountyks.com, or call 620-357-8831, and they'll come into my office, and I would be happy to visit with you, set up tours, anything they'd like.
Joshua Hobbs, I'm the manager at Horsethief Reservoir. Imagine western Kansas, and the first thing that pops in your head is open prairies. That's what we have here at Horsethief. A beautiful lake and an open prairie. We are growing trees and stuff around the lake, but if you want to get a look at what Kansas looks like, the bluffs in the background and the rolling grass and hills, it's Horsethief. The lake actually goes back a long ways into the 50s and 60s when they first started talking about building a lake here, and it just never took off. In the early 2000s, the right people were in the right place at the right time, and Ron Allen with the Pawnee Watershed was able to get the ball rolling, and it just snowballed, and here it is. I mean, it took that long to make the lake get here. And how it got its name, unfortunately we don't have it on our property, but a mile away from our property is an actual Horsethief Canyon. It's been named that since the 1800s from what I can gather, and that's how we got our name. The actual property that we have is 1,600 acres. It's all a wildlife area, all open to the public for public hunting and all the fishing through the CFAP program. The lake itself is 450 acres, and as you can see, it is completely full right now. We've been very fortunate in the last 2 years to have a full lake. Before that, a lot of rumors, it's never going to fill, and bam, it filled up a couple years ago, and it is still full, and people love it. You add water and people come. So we have had a full campground with the 56 campsites with utilities, and once the water filled up, my campsites are full every weekend. It's been great to have the lake and work with Wildlife and Parks to get the fish stocked, catfish, walleye, largemouth, crappie, and fishing's been really taking off, and especially catfish. Guys can catch catfish any day of the week in here, so it's a blast. We have 2 cabins that are a hard-sided, your regular wood structure cabin. And we have 2 very unique opportunities to rent out here. Yurt, which is a wood structure wrapped with a round canvas wrap with a rubberized roof. Absolutely outstanding. And once people learn what a yurt is, they're the first ones requested for any of our rentals. And if you research yurts and look at them and want to rent them, we have them. and they have been such a good rental. We're adding 3 more yurts this winter, so we'll have 5 yurts total and 2 hard-sided cabins. If you have a chance to stay in a yurt, stay in one. They're very rustic, completely open. It's almost like you're staying in a glorified teepee, and it's awesome. And there's only one other place in Kansas that has them, and they were clear over by Kansas City. So it's a unique opportunity for people on this side of the state to stay in a very unique facility. With that central location out here, 22 miles straight north of Dodge City, 47 miles east of Garden City, we really draw from Colorado, Panhandle of Oklahoma, Panhandle of Texas. We have a very large drawing here because one of the unique things about Horsethief is it is a fishing lake and it's a recreational lake. So you can ski and you can jet ski and tube and just go out there and have fun with your fast boat. And you have the opportunity on the west half of the lake to be a no-wake, go out there, fish and enjoy and just float. So that's the unique thing, is the other lakes here in the southwest part of Kansas are a no-wake type lake. So, and we can do it all here. With this building here behind us, off to our side, is Horsethief the Lodge, and it is a brand new facility, seats 175 people. It's a facility we use for family reunions, weddings, different events, birthday parties. Everybody that has used it absolutely loves it. It has been a wonderful addition to Horsethief for the public and ourselves to get new people involved in the outdoors. Every one of our holidays we do some sort of a special event. Memorial weekend, we do a big barbecue and bring a lot of people in for a Memorial weekend. 4th of July, either a few days before or a few days after, we do a large fireworks display, all on donations from people in the community. Very large event, and our friends of Horsethief do another big barbecue for the community. Our website is horsethieFreservoir.com, and you can go to that and go to our calendar, look at all of our events. You can look at all the different pages on there have a very good variety of pictures on there, so they can see what we all do, actually get a first-hand look at what our events look like, learn more information about the reservoir itself, a little bit of history, pricing for camping and staying and lodging. And also, if you're a Facebook follower, which a lot of people are, we have a very large following on Facebook. Over 8,000 people follow our Facebook page because we post something every day. And that's a key, is just getting everybody to be able to see our stuff. So.
There's a lot of pride in Hodgeman County, and everyone at Hanston State Bank and the Farmers State Bank of Jetmore are proud to underwrite this special episode of Traveling Kansas. Hometown banking that works by your side every day to help you reach your financial goals. We invite you to see what makes Hodgeman County such a great place to visit and live. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Underwritten in part by the Mariah Fund, setting the wind behind tourism in western Kansas.
We'd like to welcome you to Meade County. Meade County has some amazing things going on and a lot of things to show you that you'll see throughout this program.
Traveling Kansas, Meade County is underwritten by a grant from the Meade County Economic Development and the communities of Fowler, Meade, and Plains, and they invite you and your family to experience the friendly quality of life in Meade County. Artesian Valley Health System, committed to bringing friendly service and state-of-the-art technology to Meade County and the surrounding counties, so our friends and neighbors always have access to close-to-home care.
I'm Nancy Onig. I'm the Director-Curator of the Meade County Historical Society. You're in Meade, Kansas, and this is the Meade County Historical Museum. We're right downtown Meade, so we're easy to find, right on 54 Highway. Can't miss us. Our museum is basically a pioneer museum. They started it in 1974, and people from the county just brought their stuff in. So they built it this way. They built these little vignettes, like this is the general store. So they put everything pertinent to the general store in here. And so we have different rooms, and people really seem to enjoy it. It seems to kind of put the old stuff into context when you see it that way. So we get a lot of compliments on the way we put this together. And so our people were immigrants that came from Ireland and Germany and Russia and England, and they were basically people that didn't have a lot of money because they could come here and they could own land, and that was the American dream. And so that's how this part of the land was settled. Hard times came, and some of them had to give up and go somewhere else, but the ones that stuck it out were a hardy breed, and that's the settlers that we celebrate in this museum. So we've set it up just how they would live, and it kind of gives you a real picture of how people lived in those days. We have, on the other side, we have a bank and a doctor's office and a one-room school, trying to depict how we would have lived. We have a wonderful website called oldmeadecounty.com, and on there you can find the museum and the hideout and a whole bunch of Meade history. And we work on that constantly. We have all our cemeteries on there. You can find the databases, and so people that researching their genealogy, that's a good site to go to. We're open year-round. We're closed on Monday, but every other day of the week we're open 9 to 5 and 1 to 5 on Sunday.
My name's Alex Goossen. I'm the manager of Meade State Park. Meade State Park is located 13 miles southwest of Meade, Kansas, along Kansas Highway 23. Meade State Park is 1,244 acres, which consists of the Meade State Park Fish Hatchery, and the Meade State Park Public Hunting Area. Meade State Park has an 80-acre lake, and it hosts a number of game fish, from largemouth bass, flathead, channel cat, catfish, green sunfish, bluegill, and in the wintertime we also stock rainbow trout. Meade State Park offers several different types of campsites. We have 42 electric and water hookup RV camp spots, and we have 54 primitive campsites. Quite often when I meet people who have come to Meade State Park for the first time, they say that they are amazed by this little jewel they've come to find out in southwest Kansas. They're just amazed at how long and how wide open the space is around the park, and then they come into this vast area of trees and just beauty and green here in western Kansas. The Meade State Fish Hatchery, it comprises of 16 ponds that they rear different species of fish in. They also have the bass building, which is the only facility in the state of Kansas that raises largemouth bass. They go from being raised within the building, then out into those ponds, and then later they're harvested and taken to lakes throughout the state where they're stocked for anglers. Well, Meade State Park and our facility here is one of the oldest in the state. Negotiations for the property we stand on was first started in 1925, and then the state eventually they purchased the property in 1927, and the dam was completed, and then it was open to the public in 1929. If you're interested in visiting Meade State Park and you'd like to get some more information, you can go to ksoutdoors.com and look up Meade State Park for the information. You can also contact us here at the park office at 620-873-2572, and we'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
My name is Marc Ferguson, and I'm the manager and curator here at the Dalton Gang Hideout in Meade, Kansas. The little house we have up here was a home that was lived in by Eva Dalton. The place was built by her husband, John Whipple. They lived in it for 5 years, from 1887 to 1892. And in the meantime, she had 3 of her brothers, Eva did, that went to being trained robbing outlaws down in Oklahoma and Indian Territory. And we do believe that they used this place once or twice as a hideout to kind of get away from their usual territory out in north central Oklahoma. And like I say, we have no smoking gun proof that they actually used this tunnel, but we've got pretty good evidence that they were in the area. And why else would they be out here since no lawmen saw them, and of course they didn't rob anything out here, so maybe they used this just to lay low and kind of get away from the law anyway. Anyway, there is a 95-foot long tunnel that was discovered here after the Dalton brothers came to their untimely end in Coffeyville. The tunnel was re-excavated in 1940 by the Works Project Administration and the National Youth Administration, and it was modernized a little bit so most people can get through it now. Down here, of course, the house is all furnished and everything, but down here in the barn, we've also got a museum. Our hours of operation here at the hideout are Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday we're half a day, 1 to 5, and we're only closed on major holidays. All right, y'all, you ought to come on down here to Meade, come to the Dalton Gang Hideout, because I'm here, and I do only hold you up once, and we do hold you up for a couple bucks to get in the place, because somebody's got to pay me to stand around here and bother people. Well, I guess we do have some utilities we got to pay, but we try to refrain from doing it without guns, if at all possible, so.
My name is Dean Cordes. I'm the city administrator with the city of Meade, Kansas. Meade is the county seat. We have a population of the last census of 1,721 people. Well, some of the things in Meade that we're most proud of is our city park. That, our golf course, our airport, but our city park is probably the main thing. We have a website, it's thecityofmeade.org. is a website that they can go to for information, not just the city of Meade, but there's other things, the golf course, the lake, the airport, and all those other entities as well.
My name is Jamie Boese, and I'm the city clerk of Fowler, Kansas. Well, I moved to Fowler 5 years ago. I like that Fowler is a safe, small community. My kids walk to the park, and I feel comfortable with that. They go and play with their friends, and I just like that we have just a small, close-knit community. When I think about Fowler, even though I've only been here for 5 years, I feel like this is my home. And I've heard a lot of other people say that too, that Fowler has a way of bringing you into the community and making you a part of it. So to me, Fowler is not just a place, it's a community, and with lots of good people. Here recently, we updated our park. We have a beautiful park with some great playground equipment. The kids absolutely love it. We also redid some of our sidewalks, so we have sidewalks for safety and also for fun, that people can walk around, bicycle around. I see some of the kids skating around it. Fowler has an amazing library. I mean, to me, this is one of the safe, good places to go. I mean, we have a computer center and places for small kids, and on up, and our library is a great place. One of the things I'm proud of our school. Fowler School District is doing amazing things. Right now, they are in the process of being leaders for the state of Kansas. They're doing a Gemini program, which is a redesign for the state of Kansas. The State Board of Education has asked them to be a part of that, and so here in Fowler, we're leading other towns in Kansas. I have kids from kindergarten to a junior, and so I think that they are getting a great opportunity in this school. They're doing great things. They're learning leadership. This school has them being part of the community. Here in a couple of days, we're going to have a community service day where a bunch of the junior high kids are going to come and help do things around the community and take pride in their community. And that's one thing that I really think that a lot of people here do. They take pride in their community. Fowler is thriving. A lot of people think that small communities might be struggling, but to me, I can see Fowler growing. We actually have had some new construction and new houses being built, and we're getting a lot of movement in Fowler, and good things are happening.
I'm Janet Biernacki, and I'm in Plains, Kansas. We came out here in 1995 with a job interview, and one of the things I was really impressed with as a mom with 3 children was that we had a bank, a library, and a swimming pool. We still have a bank, a library, and a swimming pool, and they have all been improved, so it's a great place. Love the school system. All 3 of our kids graduated from Southwestern Heights. Great recreational program. I mean, what's not to like about Plains? This building came about, the Plains Community Building came about, and because of a need for a community gathering spot. About approximately 11 years ago, we received the KDOT grant, Streetscape grant. We were able to do all of our sidewalks and put in planters and make it very lovely, because we are the widest main street in America. And if you wonder about that, just come and drive. You have cars that can park on an angle both sides, and you can still drive down the center. So we're very fortunate to have that.
I'm Greg Bethard from High Plains Ponderosa Dairy, and we're in Plains, Kansas. And we have a dairy in Plains, Kansas that we milk, or we'll be able to milk close to 12,000 cows by the time we're all done. We're right in the middle of some construction and expansion and adding on to the dairy. But this has been a great place for us to milk cows. We're really, really happy to be here. We get great support in the community. It's an ag-friendly community. Everything in this community is about agriculture. All the people have some tie to agriculture. So everybody understands what we're doing, and we just get great support from the community. Yeah, it's a great place to raise kids. There's opportunities everywhere you can look. For kids to work, to get jobs, for employment, a wonderful place, family values, just a nice, comfortable place to live. You know, you feel like your children are safe anywhere they go in the county. There's good people, good hardworking people everywhere you go. All the needs you want locally are here, and the school system is an outstanding school system. So it's just a great place to raise a family. If I was a kid, this is where I'd want to grow up. We have right now about 110 employees, and we take that very seriously, that we provide a living for all those families and provide income for all those families, and we treat them all like family.
For more information on Meade County, you can go to meadecountyEcoDevo.com.
Traveling Kansas, Meade County is underwritten by a grant from the Meade County Economic Development and the communities of Fowler, Meade, and Plains, and they invite you and your family to experience the friendly quality of life in Meade County. Artesian Valley Health System, committed to bringing friendly service and state-of-the-art technology to Meade County and the surrounding counties, so our friends and neighbors always have access to close-to-home care. Underwritten in part by the Mariah Fund, setting the wind behind tourism in western Kansas.
This program is brought to you by the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism. Find out more information about Kansas communities at travelks.com.